this race.
I'm very happy to have Philippe Antonia back. And from what I'm hearing in the Discord group of the championship, he basically just ran through the door of his apartment, coming back from work, and he was able to, get into the session thanks to his son, apparently. And so, like he said, I'm quoting his own words: "From bus driver to sim racer in 60 seconds." So, hopefully, he gets a good turnaround. Of course, if he's a bus driver, and I think he is, it's not easy to then switch back to this monster of a race car, all this horsepower, and yeah, but it's nice to have him back, as drivers are completing their lap times. I think that Philip won't be able to complete a lap.
I think he will. He's got another minute. Unusually long time to complete a lap.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on an out lap or not, because he's not in the standings right now.
Yeah, so, you might be right, actually.
And I'm seeing that he's got minus laps on the timing, so this means that I think this is his first out lap. So he just went, just entered the track and he goes straight into the pits. So no time for him. Michael Frost also couldn't set a time, and so couldn't Kate Rostaranto. So it looks like it's going to be Tony Klusterman, your pole sitter. And in just a second, we shall have for you the starting grid. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely superb qualifying by Tony Klusterman. Hasn't taken too many pole positions, which is very unusual for him so far this season. Usually about third and fourth behind two XPR drivers, but he was 3/10 faster, which is in this series is a big advantage. Victor, round 19 of the season, penultimate meeting of the championship. Tony Klusterman from the pole position, and away we go at Alton Park. And so fantastic start for Klusterman. He's going to be able to hold the lead. Is Tanaka going to be able to challenge Foggy maybe for second place? No, he's going to lose out to Brandon instead. So great start for him, but Tanaka not giving up, almost running himself off the circuit a little bit. A couple of cars just getting a little bit shuffled down the field, but crucially Brandon gets ahead of Tanaka straight away. Philip Antonio, fantastic start for him. He's gone from 13th to 8th in just a handful of corners. You can see him really up the field now, but Klusterman sprinting away from the rest of the field. A good gap for him already, and that was a textbook start.
Yeah, disappointing start from Tanaka, losing one position to Johnny Brandon there. And we know that Victor is always a spectacular driver, so I think he will try to get that position back as soon as possible. These very, very tricky chicanes on the backstretch, which I really don't like, but they pose an extra threat to these drivers as they go down the hill for the other chicane, this one going into the other direction, right to left, and then back into the final portion of the track where we have some amazing corners. And I have to say, like you, have never driven a V8 supercar around here, but the Skip Barber is so much fun around this racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see these, real sweeping corners, plenty of elevation change as well. Ever so narrow the circuit though. And as Bill Switzer has had enough, he had a good qualifying to Switzer up in 11th place. Seems to have got away without too much damage across. These drivers don't get any, they do get a fast repair. Hopefully Switzer will not need to take that one. It wasn't a great start to start off with, and maybe a bit of a hardware issue for him because he seemed to go
I think it was the jump.
Okay.
Yeah, he got the jump in a slightly wrong, attitude for his car, and he was sent out. And it's as Frost, goes in the pits. So yeah, it's like maybe that jump at Bathurst when you have cold tires coming out of the pits at the very beginning of the race as well. And I was surprised because of course. Victor was there, but he was not that close. I wasn't expecting a move done in that particular gap there of time. So let's see once again, because we have Croft getting past Antonia, and this is the replay.
Yeah, had to be brave on the brakes. And Antonio giving him a wide berth there. Tried to come back, but just couldn't really get the power down. And some absolutely fantastic side-by-side battling against each other down into turn 3. And that was a very hard-earned move, certainly by Gary Croft there to get up into 8th position. Tony is trying to come back. Also, Woodward, they nearly got past Whiting on the last lap. I saw their gap go down to about a 1/10 of a second.
Okay. Yeah, I saw then another overtake between the two of them, but that was because Gary had a little bit of a connection issue, so nothing happening there. Let's go back to the leader.